going to be kind of rough for you. But here we are, Power Ranger on the Ezio. Love to see it. Liking to see the fact that people are picking this up. Ajax has been saying that y'all been trying to hide the tech.
I've been definitely believing people are hiding the tech pre BCX. But Tiger pulled it out once. Only didn't really do too much, and then we saw Godly pull it out towards the end there. Couldn't close it out. But Power Ranger, however, has been using this all day and 3-0ing people all day. So Power Ranger might be the one who's in the mark. Difference is, though, Power Ranger won't be at BCX, so this is the time for him to bring out this tech.
Yeah, he's allowed to show a little tech here. This might be one of his last few events of the year, so why not? Perfect time to do it. One of Ezio's first events as being, legal to use, so that's got to feel great for him as well. But here playing against character again that we see a lot of, it's going to be that Brynn, but how will she deal with Ezio right now? I mean, not a pretty even game between them, all things considered. Power Ranger a little more hurt, but now does have stage advantage. Yeah,
very similar to kind of what we were expecting out of the Brynn pick from the last game. You get a couple straight hits, and you just get back in the game off of Axe. But now that the Axe is gone, you now have to deal with ledge trapping for Power Ranger with the sword. Was able to walk actually right over to the spear because Power Ranger miscued a D-Light, which he actually just barely missed.
Okay, hold up. I get back into easy pickup right there. Side light, side air. Trying to pick up another weapon, though, and actually gets hard punished for that right there. Yeah, man, kind of tunnel vision into it and used I know you want that weapon. I'm just going to attack right where it is. Definitely worked out. Got the W, or got the stock right here. Let's see if he can hold this one for a bit. Oh, watch that. Okay, good duck of the weapon toss.
He has dipped underneath that weapon toss almost every time. I think Power Ranger's trying to condition him later to be able to get a free D-Light ground pound out of that setup. It's like you're always going low. I'm going to get a free edge guard out of that. But here on Small Brawlhaven, this is actually pretty close overall. Power Ranger, we talked about the big set differences, TK. This one is 14-3 in favor of Power Ranger. But difference is that Use is one of those people we look at who's always at the top. Also known pretty well for that Vector. Which I don't think we're going to see show up here in this matchup at the moment, but I think if the Brynn fails, we'll probably see the switch.
No, that's fair. I mean, I think there's, again, in situations like this, especially at 3 out of 5, and it ain't broke, don't fix it, I think only time I'll really like seeing people, if they do decide to swap in the second game, and then if it doesn't work, then go back to whatever they tried the first time. But we'll, we'll have to see if that even matters right now, as we still have a pretty even game developing between us. Power Ranger is going to be able to get back to the stage. Hasn't really been able to get any SIGs going for himself. I think he's thrown out one so far, but may not need it. Some sigless gameplay doesn't mean that you aren't playing well. It just means you're playing safe.
They cover a good amount of vertical range, too, so I think he's trying to hold on to that for that late gameplay. Like, oh, you've been jumping from ledge often. Ooh! All right. Questions, all right? Power Ranger, you have thrown the orb at him every single time in that spot. You didn't see that coming.
Nice.
Never mind, you answered back. That time covering it low because he's covered high every other time. Condition him low, making me sound silly as soon as he decided to close it out the following stock.
Well, I mean, but you did say that that's what he was going to go for, and it looks like exactly that. He threw two orbs high, and then he was like, all right, you're probably expecting this third one to go high. I'm actually throwing it straight at you. Definitely finds the mark and gets that stock. And so now, keeping it even as they can go. I mean, Power Ranger now, though, starting to take quite a bit of hits. And this is, oh, man. A double recovery maybe, but decided to turn around and get that neutral air instead. May not actually have had anything for the double recovery, though, but he does find the neutral sig. Is that going to be enough? Oh, no, he lets him touch the wall for free. Okay.
Here they come now, too. Also, that one has very minimal amount of time that it's active. That's an easy way to bait someone to try and approach you quickly. D-Light recovery's not going to be enough yet, but now he's off stage, TK.
Oh, okay. Everybody's going for everything, and that was a huge bet on both sides, I feel. First with the recovery, but the fact that he went for the ground pound put him in a bad position. Had to touch the wall again. And, Hughes was right there to go ahead and hit him with the pogo.
That was incredibly close between both players. 4-6 ended up getting thrown out on, stock 3 from Power Ranger. Kind of pulled it out at the last second. Weapon toss catching him, jumping high, and then instantly answered back with his own weapon toss to cover him low before. But I think you're very accurate with the fact that, Power Rangers had to go off stage. That was a huge risk. It was a huge gamble when he had stage control already, and Use was able to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, got to give it up to Use right there. Got the easy option, knew exactly where Power Ranger wanted to go. Could have tried to stall out just a little bit, maybe hit the wall a little later, but he hit the wall early, and so Use hit him quickly too. So let us see, if Power Ranger can actually kind of make headway of this match the second time around. Very close match between our competitors, so no reason to swap or anything like that. Just got to be the person to get the last stock and the last hit first.
And I was just checking back, too. That is only the second individual game that Power Ranger gave up so far on Ezio. He dropped one game 2-1 against Juniror earlier, but that's it. He hasn't dropped any other games yet, so that's huge on Yuz being able to answer back. Recovery's not going to be enough off the top yet, but he has weapon advantage. That I am so surprised. Missed. I feel like he had the dodge red, but pulled the trigger just a little bit too early.
All right, man, another straight toss right there from the orb as well. Going to go ahead and take that stock. But yeah, no, a little surprised that didn't hit either. Seemed like he was right inside of it. Probably had just 1 or 2 extra frames of invincibility to get through the whole thing, but... Oh. Okay, yeah, recovery for recovery. Trying to get as much as he could off of that ground pound, but unfortunately put himself in a bad position. Easy pickup right there for Yuz.
Yeah, with dipped out of that, realizing he didn't really have like a good advantage push, and Power Ranger trying so aggressively to go whip punish that actually worked out in favor for Yuz. This has actually been extremely close so far between these two, which is super impressive on Yuz's part because, like we said, round favor is definitely in Power Rangers' overall history. But Yuz is not letting him really hold big leads. I really like the spacing he's been doing around Power Ranger so far, especially primarily on the spear.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the good part, though. I mean, about the spear in general is always going to have that good range to really work with. It may not be like Lance with how mobile it is, but it definitely still is a very long range on. Pokes like that. You got side air as well. Downlight also kind of boosting you into the skies, catching jumps and stuff like that. But either way, we are going to see Power Ranger kind of pull ahead this time around. A little hurt, not crazy hurt. Yeah. But Yuz does need to get a weapon in his hand, does find that axe. Hopefully he can make something happen.
I think Power Rangers kind of accepted that most of your damage over the past stock has been weapon tosses or neutral lights. So it's like, all right, I get poked, but we just reset neutral. And that's been working way more in favor. That being said, he's getting boxed around a little bit. This is basically side air ranges if he can catch him overextending off the side.
There it is. Side sig, though, says immediately. As I said, those sigs do exactly what she's expecting them to do. What is that going to do? Cover a bunch of space in front of her. And yeah, quick with it.
That was a good answer, too. As soon as he got the weapon, right here. But Power Ranger has now separated Yuz from the weapon, which exactly what he needed. And Power Ranger holding this ledge right now, waiting for the dodge. Saw the dodge, did nothing about it, but is now spacing around well, trying to catch him slipping. Like I said, that one's very quick. It has very minimal end lag, and he has not gotten hit this whole stock.
Yeah, I mean, it feels very Jala-esque with her down sig as well. You kind of you can throw it out as much as you want because it does not have that much lag, and he's doing the same thing. Has not been punished once, and it's a very quick move too. So it seems like it covers a decent amount of space as well. Power Ranger going to take that one pretty commandingly for 546 to 390. Wow.
Yeah, that one looked way better, especially after that last stock where he just didn't get hit at all. Finally found the answer to Yuz, and we're just staying comfortably here on Small Brawlhalla the whole time.
Why not, man? Why not? I mean, Small Brawlhalla definitely doing everybody favors here. I think both of them have got their success of getting semi-early kills here, but
I mean, it kind of plays into exactly what you said at the very beginning of South America. They scrap. They've been up in their faces the whole time as he almost catches an orb recovery. I was kind of freaked me out for a second, but he wasn't high enough just yet. But Power Rangers' advantage has been really good. That being said, 2 neutralized coming in from Yuz, looking to find that side air, does not find the mark, instantly going back in, but now gives up stage control after missing that nair.
Okay, he's back onto stage real quick though, but not able to get anything started for himself. Actually kind of put himself off stage. Very scary for Power Ranger, which, oh man, I was like a little more damage. That could have been it. Yuz marking him, but doesn't actually decide to swing at all. Okay, I mean, Yuz is getting a bunch of reads, but like
he's not pulling the trigger on it.
Yeah,
like he sees where he's going, but then he's like, all right, you got it. I just want to make sure that you were getting back safely. And then leads to another side stick coming in. Weapon toss down to seal the deal. So Power Ranger will usually take more damage to start, and then he gets the knockout first.
Yeah, and I mean, this time around, though, he does it again. He's got a lot of damage on him. Yuz just cannot find that last hit. Not pulling trigger in situations where he could have. That side air definitely would have connected, but still didn't want to do it. Look for the downlight instead.
Trying to sneak his way in right now. Gonna go ahead and smack him away. One toss down. Looking for the reverse hit, but still nothing on the mark. And that will finally do it. Took a while to get it. He was hovering right over, baited the idea he'd go for the weapon pickup because he's gone for it every other time.
Yep.
Finally closed that out.
All right, so Yuz, I mean, it took him a little bit. Didn't take too much damage either, though. He is playing a little more cautious right now as far as how he has been playing throughout this set. How's it go for it all at the top? Wouldn't have taken the stock, but definitely would have sent the message that I got those reads.
Yeah,
nice.
rare uncautious play. Like right as you were putting it out, it's like, all right, I'm gonna try and push advantage harder. At least he didn't really get punished for it. Use has control, but like we said, most of the damage that he puts on the Power Ranger has been minimal. Like it's been 1 to 2 straight hits and then the reset. Whereas Power Ranger, once he hits you, is getting 4 pieces at a time in stage control, and then Use loses his stock. Finally catches him not paying attention enough at ledge though, because he's always there. He usually throws out something quick to bait him to come on. And you said, no, not this time.
And I think it's probably the first time I've actually seen him use neutral stick, too. So what a good way to use it. Wait, Power Ranger having to fight his way back to the stage, manages to do such, but he's got a good little lead developing for him. He is hurting. I think a side here near the side would do it. The recovery, surprisingly, not enough here, but will do it the second time with the pickup of the down light. Not a lot of damage here put onto Power Ranger, which is great for him, seeing if he can get this type of comeback. Does get a punish for the weapon grab, but didn't get a weapon starve, though. Nice, way off the stage. Wait.
Ooh. Oh, got the reverse recovery. That was a perfect stock from Use, and that gives you the rubber game. You needed to have a game-up advantage on the #1 seed. That I cannot wait for us to go back to that. Every other time, Use is usually backed off on those reads. We said it before. It's like, why aren't you capitalizing? You see it. And then he finally does at the end and was able to seal a dominant last stock against Power Ranger.
He puts his reads in the memory bank, man. Those are backlog reads right there. So he finally gets back to him a little later. Definitely worked out for him, though. Was able to take a stock pretty perfectly there on the left side. Nothing but good reads and good options to cover Power Ranger trying to get back. So now, Use 1 game away from getting in to winners finals here.
To see if you can repeat that same success as last game. Like I said, it was a dominant last stock. Very similar, actually, to Game 2, where Power Ranger had the same thing. Last stock went from a completely even game the whole time to Power Ranger dominating. So they're kind of shifting seats in that. It's always close up until the final one, and then see who takes the wheel. Sidelight Sider is going to send them off, though. And he's holding a momentary lead. Not a big one, but a momentary lead. Yeah,
I mean, definitely something that could get sapped away from with 2 to 3, or honestly just 1 really good read exchange if he's able to get downlight recovery. But it may not matter if Power Ranger, is going to go around. Very scary to try to deal with. Nice, good 6 across the stage. But try to deal with that ground pound of the spear because it covers so much space, especially on this map too.
Yep, and this is a very similar situation like every other time. Use gets a life lead, Power Ranger takes the first stock. Happens again. He has to find a way to stop that. Even though he's up in the count right now, you need to stop that, hopefully, to try and avoid that game number 5.
Okay, getting the damage doesn't seem to be an issue for Use at all. It's just kind of finding that stock. He does manage to find it pretty quickly without taking any damage here. So that's got to feel great for him to keep himself back to this game, potentially finish this set out right here, right now. But Power Ranger's going to obviously have something to say about that.
Guys, give me a whiff punish right there. That keeps him off stage. That doesn't actually commit to anything. Most of the time in that position, he's gone for a nair to try and cover him. But weapon toss into immediate switch off sidelight has actually lined up so many times. There's just been usually not much that happens followed after that. The D-lights have been on point though. Good dodge to get away from that nair.
Okay. Big damage right there. Power Ranger just trying to kind of whittle his way around this here spear, but it has not been working out for him at all. Oh my, that stock was stolen. Thievery.
That was rare overextension. I don't even know if I want to call that overextension. He doesn't push advantage like that often, so that seems like a good play to try and go for. Luckily, he minimized it as quick as he did because Power Ranger had no business getting that recovery with Orb up there, but he was able to take it.
Wow, I mean, the assassin class and thief class are usually pretty similar in most games, and that's exactly what he said. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to spec into both.
We all signed the same creed.
Yeah.
It seems like Use is doing the same thing. Finally pulling out, I like that because Use is actually dodged in that same spot off of neutral light at least 2 other times throughout the set. So trying to pull that out, but not going to fall for it there.
Can he actually close that out? I mean, that was a big gift to him to get used to that last stock before he did, even though I think he did have more damage. And it looks like he is kind of running with it. But okay.
That's similar to when Use went for that ground pound before and Power Ranger tried to quickly get back in with his own, and he lost the game on that play last time. So let's see if it can happen again here as Power Ranger facing what could be a trip to the elimination side of bracket. Use sends the #1 seed of the tournament down, handing him his first loss that he has had so far playing Ezio throughout this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you could see that he got a little wide-eyed right at the end. He saw the potential for a spike for the finisher, and he took it, and, well, I mean, just end up losing the game off of that one. You can see the quick turnaround there from Hughes, putting Power Ranger in 2 losers